What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So it's that time of the week. It's time for the weekly rotation. We've got some variety. We've got a good bit from Afnan this week. I actually have 3 Afnan fragrances that I wore. One that I haven't worn in a really long time. One brand new release that I think is their best fragrance personally, but I mean, to each their own, right? But we've got some variety. It's definitely kind of a blend of fresh meats, kind of milder fall weather appropriate, because we did have a cool front roll in through this week. Some decently complimented fragrances. I did get a few compliments this week when we were out and about doing different things, but interesting week number nonetheless, because it's week number 257 in the weekly rotation. So stay tuned. Starting off on Sunday is a 2024 release that a lot of people seem to really enjoy, and at first I was kind of disappointed in this one. First time I smelled it, all I got was cheap cedar wood. I revisited twice, and I started getting more of a smoother, softer, warm wood smell with some rich sweetness, and it started growing on me a lot more. So I grabbed a 50 ml of the new Paco Rabanne's 1 Million Gold, or now it's called Rabanne. Drop the Paco, and yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Only wore this bottle once. This was the first wearing since I got this bottle. Does have some similarity to 2024 release from Valentino, the Gold Uomo in the Born in Roma line. That's got more of a tropical feel to it. More of a sunscreen, beachy kind of vibe, but similar sweetness and woods. That's the tie-in. I understand where people are coming from. Like, basically add stuff to this, and you get the Gold Uomo. Good fragrances nonetheless. Really good performer. Soft, smooth, easy to wear. Doesn't really smell all that much like 1 Million, honestly. It lacks the same type of sweetness. I feel like they're kind of venturing out a little bit more, but as long as they're putting out solid fragrances, I guess it really doesn't matter, because this indeed is a solid fragrance. I wouldn't call it one of the 10 best designers released this year, though I'm sure some people would. I would say it kind of falls in that middle tier of pretty good releases overall. Admittedly, sometimes they got to grow on you, because at first I was highly disappointed with this one. Just checked my first impressions video, and to where I am now, quite different. Enjoyed it so much, ended up buying a bottle. Didn't wear nothing out the shower, so during the day on Sunday, 1 Million Gold from Rabanne. Moving into Monday, I think I'm going to pick this as my best smelling day of the week between the two choices that I had. This is one I reached back for. I've been having it sitting in this pile back here for a while. I've been meaning to get it back in the rotation. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Hinoki wood, but Amouroud's White Hinoki, beautiful fragrance. Perfectly unisex. I've read, in the past, people say it's kind of feminine to them. Not really all that feminine to me personally. That Hinoki wood gives kind of this citrusy, boozy, woody type of feel. The way it comes across, you get some greens. I believe there's cypress in here. It's a little powdery. It's bright and super, super strong. A little floral. This is damn good. This is damn good. The only downside to this, and I hate to spray my light again, it's going to spray. My light's like 4 feet away. Watch this. It's like a freaking squirt gun. Wonky atomizer. It's a direct stream. It smells good in here, though. Because last time I sprayed it on camera, I straight up sprayed the light. Because it's either spray the light, or if I go that way, it's going to hit my PS5 or my plasma, and I don't want to do that. I'd rather it spray the light. I can clean the light a lot easier. So, yeah, fun. God, it smells so good in here now that I spray it, because this is a monster. Amouroud stuff, in my experience, the few I have, all stone cold killers when it comes to performance. Just nuclear, especially Dark Orchid. That's like one of the strongest fragrances in my collection. This, definitely put it in that beastly territory. It's on the unique side. I don't have any other fragrance in my collection, or that I've ever tried, that smells like this. If you want a very unique experience and you like any of the things you heard here, I would encourage getting a sample. These Amouroud fragrances from discounters, like in the link below, they're around $100. Really not bad for the performance and the quality and the originality that you get. Some damn good stuff. During the day, Amouroud White Hinoki. Highly complimented, by the way. This is one of those ones that got a compliment this week. Speaking of one that got a compliment this week, when I got out the shower, we actually went to Walmart after I had had a good shave. Because every 2 to 3 days, I have to go re-up on some grocery items. I buy food every 2 to 3 days. That way, nothing's got to sit or spoil too long in the fridge and so on. But had a good shave with Zaharoff Signature Rosé. This is the splash. I use the shave set, and of course, some sprays of the fragrance. And I never know what to call their position. the blue vests at Walmart that oversee the self-checkout area, whatever you call that position. The lady came to put a sticker on my case of Diet Dr. Peppers, and she's like, "Oh, you smell really nice." I was like, "Well, thank you very much. I sure appreciate that." And that was the entire interaction. Just a quick compliment, but it happens with magic like this because this is magical. This is rose incense with sweetness and warm woods. The vanilla bean and sugar cane give you your sweetness. The oud here has that warm wood feel. It's not a funky type of oud. The rose is on the fresher side. You get more of the Turkish rose than the Bulgarian rose. And, of course, it's loaded with incense. It's based off of a rose incense. Just pure magic in a bottle. Out the shower in the evening. Zaharoff Signature Rosé. Moving into Tuesday, it was my 14-year wedding anniversary. I ended up not wearing anything after I got back from the gym because I jumped in the shower, all that good stuff. And we jumped on a live stream, and I had 5 fragrances I was choosing between, put it to a vote. I made the mistake, not really a mistake, but I let everybody know what my wife said when I let her smell all of them. And I quote, "Holy fuck, that smells amazing." It was either good or amazing, but holy fuck was thrown in there. And when I told them that the vote shifted, everybody changed their vote. Zaharoff Black Rose was winning the vote, and Mind Games French Defense was in second place, and they ended up shifting it because they were like, "Well, if that's what the wife wants, that's what you need to wear." And I mean, I was good either way. That was the ones I was choosing between, but man, this stuff's such a cheat code. Every time I talk about it, I call it a cheat code. It's not fair. The kind of reaction my wife gave, that's the kind of reactions you can damn near expect. Don't have a full-on expectation of that's exactly what's going to happen every time. But boy, there's a real good chance. Boozy, syrupy, cherry, warm, rich, just pure magic. I had 8 sprays on, 2 in my bare chest, which I hardly ever do anymore, and I had 6 around the neck. And I did not go nose blind to it. I don't go nose blind to this one. Yay for me, because it's one of the best smelling fragrances I've ever put my nose on. The downside is this stuff is so expensive, but it's so freaking good. I highly encourage you get a sample, only if you can accept that there's a real chance that when you experience it, and you typically don't spend $300-400 on a bottle, you might end up really wanting to buy a bottle because you can be like, "I have to have this. This is too good." I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm not saying it's a guarantee you're gonna feel that way. Boy, there's a really good chance though. So when it comes to stuff like this, or even Mentor, same thing. Go into sampling with, there's a possibility I'm gonna want a bottle of this. If you don't want to run the risk of being like, I just refuse. I don't care how good it is. I'm not going to spend $400. Don't even bother sampling it, because this could throw a wrench in your shit. This is a curveball kind of fragrance. Not just cheat code when you wear it, but it's curveball when you smell it. Because you're like, damn it, I need that now. So keep that in mind. It is the greatest cherry fragrance I've ever smelled, and I've smelled some damn good ones. It does not lean feminine to me. It is magnificently intoxicating, alluring, and attractive. This stuff, as I said before, is an absolute freaking cheat code. To dinner, we had Italian, by the way. To dinner for my 14th wedding anniversary, Mind Games, French Defense. Moving into Wednesday, something really funny about my Scent of the Day shorts on this one. I had somebody in the comments say that nothing about this is blue. I chuckle out loud every time I wear a blatantly blue fragrance and somebody says it's not blue. Sir, if you're watching this, stop it. Because Afnan Highness 6 or Afnan Highness Blue, I mean, if nothing else, the damn thing's fresh and aquatic. Come on, man. It's not just the color of the bottle that does it. It's fresh, it's watery, it's clean and musky. It's a soft, powdery smell. It's a little fresh, spicy. There's a hint of green here. Quality's actually decent. Performs great. Absolute phenomenal performer on my skin. This stuff, I don't really go, I get a little bit of nose fatigue, but I never go blind to it. It's never a point when I can't smell it. It's always present, but never overwhelming, and I know it's a bit of fatigue setting in. This is such a good fragrance. This was an audience recommendation that we bought on a live stream a while back, and it's great every time I wear it. I highly encourage it. This was the first of the 3 Afnan fragrances that I wore this week. The quality's pretty good on most of the fragrances. Pretty damn good. During the day, Afnan Highness 6, also nicknamed Afnan Highness Blue. Then we got the shower. Speaking of super fresh and watery, from Andraus Parfums, shout outs to Sammy Andraus. This is Summer in Antigua. This is fresh green petitgrain, super, super fresh water smell. Like so watery and bright. A mild, juicy citrus smell, but again, it's that freshwater accord with the petitgrain that just sells this fragrance for me. Not a crazy performer, like 5-6 hours, but with it being as fresh and watery as this actually is, and the quality being just superb, I'm cool with that. I don't need this to be 10 hours. This fragrance is an experience fragrance. So any of you that are looking for a monster, no, this ain't for you. Any of you looking for a gorgeous, watery experience and you get average performance, I mean, you should try this. Sammy's been putting out some heat, I gotta say. I love wearing this one out the shower, too, because it's not overwhelmingly strong. It's typically a little stronger than I like out the shower, just to relax in the evening, but it pairs so well being fresh and clean out the shower. Just works out the shower. Andraus Parfums, Summer in Antigua. Moving into Thursday, there's another blue fragrance in here that I've had people insist is not blue, because somebody had told me if it doesn't have ambroxan or synthetic ambergris, it's not blue. Wow, you're getting oddly specific. That's okay. Another one that's aquatic. All right, whatever you say. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm saying I couldn't disagree more. But with that said, this is like my second best smelling day, because it's a double up of blue fragrances. During the day, we went with the 9 a.m. dive from Afnan. This is one I reached back for. It's been a while since I wore this. Kind of a Franken fragrance. It's got elements of a variety of blues. A little bit Bleu de Chanel, a little bit of YEDP going on here. You get ginger, you get citrus, amber, woods, all the things. It's aquatic, it's clean and musky, it's just fresh. So fresh, so enjoyable. Above average performance, is not a beast, but it's not an average to weak fragrance either. This is kind of a 7-8 hour type of fragrance in longevity for me. It's pretty strong for about an hour and a half, 2 hours too, I gotta say. I wouldn't call it a room filler, but more stout than you might think going into it, with it being on the fresher side, because there are heavier elements to this that kind of give it a little bit of oomph and some staying power, if you will. Beautiful stuff. Another one got 2 compliments with. Not counting the wife either. Just really good stuff for the money for around 30 to 35 bucks. It's kind of hard to beat. During the day, Afnan, 9 a.m. dive, and then we got at the shower. The one I mentioned, I've been told, is not blue, with my favorite fragrance, Zaharoff Signature Seraphim Blue. That dent continues to grow. That juice level continues to drop. By year's end, I'll be close. I'll be close to half a bottle missing. Wintergreen fresh, crisp, coconut creaminess, soft powdery iris, saltwater sea breeze. We've got seaweed, that salted kelp smell, with sea notes that give that saltwater marine breeziness to this. Nice and aquatic. Blue. Very blue. With some musk. A light sweetness. Not a woody fragrance. If you're looking for more woods and ambers, I suggest its brother, Seraphim Red. That's where you get some beautiful pink pepper. The sweet pepper aquatic with amber and woods. Still has the aquatic minty core of this, because that eucalyptus gives it that bright green freshness that really accentuates well with those C notes on this fragrance. This just really speaks to my personality. It's got longevity. It's not overwhelmingly strong, but it's very present. Wife's a big fan. This is just enjoyable to sniff. It's one of the only 2 10 out of 10s I've ever given, and I normally don't rate George's fragrances. I haven't given a rating on one of his fragrances since like 5 years ago, because I just stopped, because it's like, they're all good. He's my friend. I understand there's natural bias in here. There's no point in putting a rating on it, but this is so good and so me, I had to give it. Look, this is a 10 for me, guys. And 10 for me doesn't mean 10 for you. 10 for me could be 6 for you, could be 7, could be 9, could be 10. I don't know. I would encourage getting the sample. One of those 3 ml samples in the link below, and just try it. You might hate it. You might absolutely love it. If you don't try it, you won't know. Out the shower. My favorite release of the year and my favorite most worn fragrance in my collection. Zaharoff Signature Seraphim Blue. Moving into Friday, here's a hype beast for you. Fragrance World's Liquid Brun. So you Altair lovers, this is one of those rare times that I would say just get the clone. I still have my decant of Altair. It's nice. I do like the profile. I love the way it smells. It just didn't strike me as something I needed for the money. And when I rolled around, I kept hearing the hype. Shout outs to Kara, Coconut Girl. She was the main one. Like, you need to try it. I think you'd like it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. And I finally bit the bullet. She's literally, because she's the main person that kept asking me, I really think you should try it. I'd love to hear what you think. I bought it a while back, not that long ago. And I'm finally getting around to spending some time with it outside of that initial impression. And it gets better every time I spray it. So you get a little bit of orange blossom, but the main thing here is a hint of spices and creamy vanilla and woods. It's hard to not enjoy. Any of you that feel like vanilla is the way to go, vanilla and woods, it's a simple, done-to-death base for a fragrance, but sometimes it's better than others. And in this profile's instance, it is better than others. It's just not reinventing the wheel, because it's been done before. Like anything orange blossom, vanilla, and woods. I think of things like Wooden Spices. It's a similar profile to that from Montal. Not exactly the same. Nico's Sculpture. It's a similar profile to that. It's got more of a scratchy orange blossom, but still similar. Again, not identical to these fragrances, but very similar too. And these are ones that I have already. That's why I was kind of underwhelmed. Like, I wish they'd have went a different route. It's good if I can ever get a steal of a deal. I'll grab a 75 ml. Or if I come across a clone that's good enough, I'll just be happy with that. And that's what Fragrance World's French Avenue line delivered here for me with Liquid Brun. So, in my opinion, hype justified. During the day, Liquid Brun from Fragrance World and their French Avenue line. Then we got the shower. This is one of the best light blue flankers ever. I now have 2 bottles of it. It's making me wear it even more. Shout out to Rafe. Appreciate you. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. Beauty of Capri. So this is a sharp, bright, juicy citron. Oh my. Such a juicy citrus at the time. I mean, mouth-watering. Literally making my mouth water now. Super mouth-watering, juicy citrus. Salty, aquatic, musky. Has a little bit of the frankincense of the original. Does smell like a version of light blue. They don't reinvent the wheel with these light blue flankers. I can't get enough of them. And this is one of the better ones. It's really, really good. Performance isn't its strong suit. It's like a 4, maybe 5 hour, if you're lucky, type of fragrance and longevity. It's about an hour of projection. Perfect out the shower. Perfect on a super hot summer's day. I wore it out the shower. It's a stud for that. So, out the shower. Light blue. Beauty of Capri. And finally, on Saturday, I didn't wear anything out the shower. I did my unboxing first impressions that morning. Was sniffing it the whole time I was at the gym. Came home, refreshed. Afnan's best fragrance, Supremacy Collector's Edition. That's how I feel. The cement splatter print with the black accents and the silver print. First and foremost, their best looking bottle. I don't think it's even close. And it's a cross between, like, you don't get the spice of Absolute Aventus. Like, I know it's supposed to be walking the path. It's being advertised like Fragrance Buy, where I bought it from. It says Absolute Aventus twist in the listing. Yeah, that's the one you're going to relate it to the most. But it doesn't have the spice. It's got that similar fruity citrus smell. It doesn't have all the spice. The woodiness is similar. But I get the white florals. Here they got white blossoms and orange blossom. I do get a nice hit of the white florals. More of a jasmine type of smell. Even though they don't list black currant, I get that tart, dark, fruity smell more so than just loads of the pineapple. Obviously, that is still there. It's just so good. And I get a lot of musk. A lot of musk. Not over the top woodsy. A little bit. It's not an oak moss bomb. Had somebody ask me today, is it an oak moss bomb like Supremacy Not Only Intense? And the funny thing is, he asked me that in the video about this, where I said it's not an oak moss bomb like Supremacy Not Only Intense. Guys, just watch the whole video before you ask me questions. Because, honest to God, 8 out of every 10 times, I talked about it in the video I get asked. And it's like, damn, just watch another 49 seconds. Like, I'll look at the time frame. Another 49 seconds. You'd have been there, you know? Check the video before you ask the question. Because most of the time, the question's answered before it ever gets asked. But interestingly enough, I recently wore Supremacy Not Only Intense like 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, and the title of my shorts video was that fragrance is still him, and it is. But this is better. This is better. That's a black currant oak moss bomb. It's super earthy. It's over the top masculine. You still maintain a lot of that super masculine profile, but this is more fruity, different fruity, if you will. It's brighter, it's muskier, and it's not as earthy. It doesn't have all that earthy, inky smell. Has doses of that, but it's not a bomb of them like Supremacy Not Only Intense. So I think Supremacy Not Only Intense gets bumped here. And I've been asked, do I like this more than Club de Nuit Intense Man Limited Edition Parfum? Because that's always been my favorite Aventus style affordable alternative. It's too close to call right now because I've only given it one full wearing, but it could edge it out. I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I think it's, for now, let's safely put it as my second favorite, because my second favorite before was Supremacy Not Only Intense. That's now moved to number 3. So this definitely jumped its big brother that came out before it. This is that good. This is a great release from them. Of every Afnan fragrance I own that I've tried, I personally believe this to be their best fragrance for men. Some will agree, some won't, but it's how I feel. During the day and nothing out the shower, Afnan's Supremacy Collector's Edition. Well, that was this week's rotation. Thank you guys so much for catching the whole video and getting to this point. I sure appreciate that. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe before you leave. If you want to check out any of these, I'll have links down below. I'm not sure current availability and such. If it's something that's in high demand and it's sold out, you might want to click notify me and put your email, because places like Fragrance Buy, which is the main place I'll link down below, they stock a lot, especially during this time of year. We got Black Friday coming up next week. For example, they have more inventory literally in a few days. On the 22nd, it's the 17th as I record this. On the 22nd, they have a big restock coming. So 'tis the season when people are shopping and buying stuff, and they oblige with their inventory. So keep an eye on stuff like that. Obviously, blind buy at your own risk. You don't have to buy anything just to watch these videos. I just hope you enjoyed the video. And once again, I appreciate you watching. And again, make sure to like, comment, subscribe before you leave. I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all have a good one.